No, I didn't. I got it from, no, my life. God, I suck at this. Hey guys, so for today's video, I wanted to do a Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, holiday look for you guys. On the eyes, we have some red, some browns, and gold glitter with a really smoked out brown under eye and the dark lip. So if you guys want to see how I created this full glam holiday look for you guys, and stick around because it's about to go down. So first and foremost, we're going to pretend that this situation happening up here didn't take this long, only to end up looking like this. Moving right along. So the first thing that I always start with is a moisturizer. This is the Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin Daily Balancing Moisturizer. I got it at Ulta. Do one pump, and one pump is really generous. So now that our face is nice and moisturized, I always start by doing my brows. And for that, I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one is in black. I'm not going to walk you guys through this because Christine asked me to do a full in-depth eyebrow tutorial. Eyebrows. Next thing I do is take some of my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one is in Sand Sable, number 20. And I use this as a primer for my eyeshadow. I still have no clue what look we're going to do today. I mean, I have an idea. I know that I kind of want to do just very traditional, like cranberries and golds and some glitter, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what exactly I'm doing. I do know I haven't used these in a long time. I mean, honestly, probably years. They are the Wet n Wild palettes. These are definitely affordable. We have Sparkle Till Morning, Comfort Zone, Walking on Eggshells. I know that was an OG for sure. And Sweet as Candy. So I'm going to start by doing my transition shade per usual. And I'm thinking, these aren't matte, which, you know, I definitely like to use a matte shade in my crease, but they're also not so shimmery or even glittery really that it's gonna show up, so I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna take the Walking on Eggshells palette, and I'm gonna take this Morphe M513, and I'm gonna use this crease shade right here, which is just kind of a neutral brown. So I'll start with that one. And again, I'm just going to take it into my crease and just kind of windshield wiper motions going back and forth, making sure I really drag it to the corner of my eye. So I'm not exactly sure, like I said, what I want to do. I'm thinking where this is going to go is I'm going to do a, probably just like a gold and glitter lid. I really don't know, like it's all just gonna come to me, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do golden glitter lid, and then I'll probably do the cranberry tone that I want to use on my lips maybe. We will see. I have another eyeshadow palette here I'll show you guys in a second that I'm thinking about using, but I've tried them in the past and they can be really hard to work with. Some of the shades you apply, and then when you go to blend, you either blend it away to absolutely nothingness, or it gets really muddy with the rest of the shades. So I don't know if I want to do that to myself today. I'm going to go ahead and blend out these edges a little further. So I'm going to take just a clean brush. This is my Sigma E40. My gosh, I really need to learn my angles. There's no product on it, and just lightly I'm going to start blending out my edges right here so that they're really seamless and feathered out. Then, this is kind of weird, a lot of people do this last. I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone highlight. And for that, I'm going to use the brow bone shade from the same palette, Walking on Eggshells. And I'm so sorry, I keep looking at my viewfinder, but obviously I'm new to all of this. That's a lot shimmerier than I would have liked. I would have liked that to be matte. So, I'm going to leave it, I don't really care. I'm just going to go back over it again with my clean brush so that I can blend those together, and I don't want any harsh lines. Alright, so this is where it could get interesting or it could go horribly wrong. I feel like I want to do gold. Yeah, I feel like I want to do gold. But then I kind of want to incorporate like some cranberry. Alright, so I'm going to take the Sparkle Tone Morning palette. It looks like this. And I'm going to use this shade right here. It's just kind of a really muted out gold in my opinion. And I'm going to put that on the lid. On the inner corner, like this on the lid, and then on the outer corner of the lid as well. Like so. So I'm actually going to use the gold color that's here. Because this one, I want more intensity really. So here we go. Wow, so that's not doing much, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go ahead and just drag it all over the lid at this point because it's not working out so well. So back to the Walking on Eggshells palette. I'm going to go ahead and take that same Morphe brush, the M513, looks like this again, just a shader brush, or I'm sorry, a crease brush. And I'm going to go over my crease. And all this is doing is really ensuring that your kind of transitions. All that's doing is ensuring that your transition zone. Transition zone. Just to ensure that they're like really blended into each other. Because again, the key here is always we don't want any harsh lines. So once more, do it on the other eye, just like so. Then I feel like I want to darken this up some, or like add cranberry or something. I just don't know. I genuinely am mind-fucked right now. Give me a second. I'll be right back. So personally to me this is looking really boring. I was going to go ahead and add my glitter already, but I don't want to do that. I want to darken this up because it looks too plain in my opinion. So I'm going to take a slightly more dense fluffy brush. It's still a fluffy brush, but it's just a little more compacted and smaller. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm going to go ahead into this palette. This is the palette I was talking about earlier that I mentioned that I was going to try to use, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to use it. It's from a brand called Bad Habit, and it's called the After Hours palette. The shades are just so hit and miss with these palettes. I bought the bundle that comes with all of their little square palettes like this. And it's just really hit and miss, honestly. And I feel like most of the eyeshadows give you such a hard time that it's not worth the effort sometimes. So even though it is super affordable, it's like if you have to work that hard to make it work, then it's not worth it, in my opinion. Anyway, like I said, I am not liking how plain this is. So I'm going to take that shader brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's called Cabernet. It's like a cranberry shade. I'm doing, I guess, kind of a halo eye now at this point. So this is exactly what I'm saying with these eyeshadows. I want to show you guys. I apologize because I don't know at what point my camera decided to stop recording. I forget that it does that. It stops recording after 30 minutes. I put on my primer. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. It looks like this. And I patted it into my nose right here, just really trying to focus it right here in this part of my face, and then right here, my chin, because my chin and right here, I mentioned while I wasn't recording, are the areas that I feel like on my face have the largest pores. So I did that with this one. Then I took the Revlon Photo Ready Skinlights Face Illuminator in 100 Bare Light. Looks like this. And I apply that on the rest of my face. So like the outer part down here, right here. And I mentioned that I don't usually prime my forehead. I don't know why, I just don't. So that was that. And then I used my foundation, which is the Revlon Age Defying Firming and Lifting Makeup in number 40, medium beige. Looks like this. I made stripes on my face like so, pumping it out. Blended it out with my Real Techniques beauty sponge that is now filthy. Patted it all over. And now you're caught up and we are sitting here with our Instant Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline. This is where we're at right now. This is in the shade Neutralizer if you're interested. I really like this one. It has a kind of yellowy undertone. I really like that for under the eyes and highlighting. Luckily I looked up. Could you imagine if I finished my entire face and it wasn't even recording? Now look, my concealer kind of dried. So anyway, I pat it out with the same sponge, the Real Techniques sponge, but I used the pointed side. Then I use the sponge like this. I do this kind of motion to really help me clean up that area right there where my shadow gets kind of crazy. Again, I'm trying to use affordable products for this video because I know around the holidays, you know, things get expensive. This says e.l.f., but it's actually not e.l.f. I dumped that stuff out. And now I just use this, my own little concoction of the RCMA No Color Powder and the Nye Banan Powder. So again, just a 1-to-1 ratio. I dump some in the lid. I'm gonna use this Morphe R3 brush. It's just a pointed tapered brush like this. I go pretty heavy on this. I do this because now I'm gonna go in and, yes, I look freaking crazy. I'm gonna go in and do my under eye. Since I don't have any eyeshadow or anything there yet, I'll go ahead and do that next. For that, I really want like a chocolatey brown is what I'm thinking. Chocolate brown right here. I'm gonna use this Sigma E30 brush. It's a pencil brush, just looks like this. When I'm doing the inner corner, or the inner part of my under eye, I go a lot lighter as far as pressure, and I also try to use mainly the tip of this brush. And then as I start to work my way out, then I go ahead and start going a little heavier with the pressure and also the product. I'm going to use the Morphe M507. It's a pointed kind of pencil brush as well. I'm going to use this, and then this is the bronzer I'm going to be using later, but it's the e.l.f. Mineral Bronzer, Pressed Mineral Bronzer in Tan Toffee. And I'm just going to use that to help me diffuse and blend out this under eye that I created. This is the face that when people make, you know, when I'm watching videos and they're like looking up to do their under eye. It's really hard to look attractive doing this face. That's what I've found watching other videos. I'm just brushing away my powder from the under eye. Okay, now I really wanted to do, like I said at the beginning of this video, I want to do glitter because I always do glitter on Christmas and New Year's Eve. Like, that's just a given. So I'm going to use the NYX Glitter Primer. It looks like this. Tiny little dab. Blend it between my fingers and tap it. Dabbed a little tiny dot on my fingers, both my index fingers, tapped on my eyelid, added the the glitter, and LA Splash. I used the Crystalized Glitter Color Gold Rush, and I tapped it onto my lids like so. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that After Hours palette again and take that same Cabernet color And I'm just going to tap a tiny little bit on my same brush, M433 from Morphe. And I'm just going to slightly intensify the halo effect. Because I feel like after we worked on the eye for so long, we blended out most of that color to nothingness. So there you go. I've kind of intensified it again. And to blend it out, I'm just using a shader brush. It looks like this, and I'm just gonna pat. And I'm not gonna like swipe. I'm just gonna pat to help blend it together, but hopefully keep as much of that pigmentation as I can. I'm gonna take the same palette that I've been using, Sparkle to Warning, that dark brown shade, on an angled brush. This one is from Sonia Kashuk. Dab into that dark brown. I'm going to stamp this on my lash line. Really close to the lash line. Like as close as I can possibly get. So now that our eyes are done, we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the face. So I'm going to take that pressed mineral bronzer from e.l.f. in Tan Toffee. And for this bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and use this Morphe E52. Look, okay, it's intense. I start by doing it closest to the hairline, like that's where I first put my brush down, and then I blend out. So it looks like this. This bronzer, sorry, I was going to say blush. This bronzer is definitely more warm tone. So, you know, if that's something you don't like, then you're going to have to steer clear of this. I don't mind it at all. And with the like cranberry shades that I'm using today, I really would rather have something warm on my face. And then I'm going to take my Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade 220, on a Real Techniques, what is this called? The Real Techniques powder brush. It's huge. Dab it in there, and I first pat. You guys would have seen that I do this with my liquid foundation as well, but of course my camera wasn't recording. So at first I really kind of swirl in there like hard, aggressively, and then I pat all over the areas of my face that haven't been set. And then once I feel like I have enough product distributed, I start to buff. And then for blush today, I wanted to use the Morphe N9 palette. So I'm going to use this center shade right here. And for that, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Mineral Powder brush. Looks like this. And this is like a kind of luminous blush. So you don't want to go crazy. It's kind of like a peachy blush, but then it has some like gold luminosity to it. So there's that. Stop recording once again. So I don't think it recorded me doing my highlight, but I used the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Wisp. It looks like this. I said it applies best with a with your finger. So go ahead and dab that on. And then over top of that, I used the Physicians Formula, what are they called? Something strips. What are they called? Shimmer strips. Looks like this. This one is in Vegas strip. I used a Morphe M510 brush, and I tried to concentrate it mainly just on the three center shade, or yeah, the three center shades, and just took it right over that Super Shock Cheek, or Super Shock Cheek, whatever it is, the Colourpop one, and I just dragged it up kind of into my brow because that's something I do. Then we were at this point where I was saying that I, before I do my false lashes and my mascara and my lipstick, I always like to set my face now. Today I'm using the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. Comes in this bottle. The packaging is fugly, but I really, really love this stuff. And I'm just gonna spritz all over my face. Now I'm gonna use my NYX mascara. This is a tinted brow gel, or sorry, I think it's called tinted brow mascara. What the heck is it called? The NYX tinted brow mascara. I think so. So I'm not going to show you guys myself applying these, but these are the Cara lashes in 605. Okay, so I went ahead and did my mascara, applied falsies, mascara to both top and bottom lashes. I used the Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal. Looks like this. What we got going on for the eyes and the face. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a few different lip combos. I usually always wear lip liner. I'm not going to do that today. So the first lip option I have for you is this 2 lippy combo. It is the Milani lipstick in 27, Dulce Caramelo. It's like a nude with some gold reflex to it. And then over top of that, I'm going to use this Milani Crystal Gloss. Does it have a shade? Summer Baby is the shade for this one. Looks like this. And it's honestly like the lip gloss version of the lipstick. It's like a, looks like a rose gold almost. But it has those like gold reflex to it. Rose gold moment happening. It goes really nice with the cranberry eyes and the gold glitter that we have going on. So the next one is a ultra matte lip from Colourpop, and this is in the shade Notion. This is like a cranberry shade. This and Panda are some of my favorite shades. They are really deep, so I would absolutely suggest that you line your lips for this, but again, mom was just being lazy. It's Notion from Colourpop. Ultra matte lip. Looks like this. So the next lip I have for you is also from Colourpop, ultra matte lip, and this one is in the shade Avenue. And this is like a brick red. So my application was a little sloppy on this one, but just to show you guys. This one is Avenue from Colourpop as well. Daddy, look at that highlight. Hey. So I'm not sure at what point my camera stopped recording. Give this video a thumbs up if you heard me say that sentence throughout this video. Anyway, I don't know if it recorded this, so again, the last option is the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip in Sweet Marsala Wine. Looks like this. And all I was saying was that these are, or this specific color, because I own a few more of these, but this specific color is a lot streakier than the other options I've given you. However, it's also more comfortable. I don't remember if they completely dry down matte or not. I will say it didn't layer that well. I put quite a few layers, I would say at least like 4 in some areas, because it is streaky. You can see what's on this side. You can see it's streaky, so I did go over it quite a few times. Yeah, it's just a full glam. Hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're notified once my next video goes up. I'm going to try really hard to be on an upload schedule. Hopefully I can stick to that, but we will see as all of this plays out. Definitely have blabbed enough.